Hi there, this is Java Jim with First Line Equipment, and today in front of us we have the Carimali Bubble 2-group espresso machine. Currently it's available in 110 volt and 220 volt. Also available in 110 volt 1 group. Today we're going to be going over, in case your machine overheats and you have steam coming out of the top or the front, which means that you are using poor water quality or poor water that has basically created a film on the PID sensor which can't read the temperature correctly, okay? And what happens is the machine can go into an overheat situation. And when it goes into overheat, the safety valve will open up and release steam. So if you see a lot of steam coming out, and this is common on a lot of machines when there's poor water quality, so it's really important to use softened water. Softened water is not filtered water. It's the same as water without calcium and magnesium or manganese in the water that can basically create a film. Now we do have a new machine just to demonstrate because we recently just had a customer who reported steam coming out. First customer reporting for this particular machine, but it has happened for others and other machines. So it's also a lesson learned for other machines. Now, what will you need for the bubble? Phillips head screwdriver. Here I have a power drill. You will also need a 17mm crescent wrench. You can't use a socket because the PID sensor nut has a wire and you do not want to crease that wire. The first thing to do after you have the tools, and you shouldn't be using the machine if you have steam coming out, is basically make sure that you unplug it. Now, your machine may not come with this plug and it may come with the plug. Sometimes we do change it based on what we deem as necessary for the machine to operate correctly. But this one is a 220 volt in front of us. Once you unplug it, make sure you open the steam valves, okay? Let all the steam out and let the machine cool down, which may need a few hours. So this machine's brand new, it's cold, hasn't been started, and basically going to show you how to take off the top cover and then take off the PID sensor. We'll move on to the next step. Okay, you're going to look at these 4 screws right here, and you're going to get your screwdriver, get these 4 screws out. Make sure you don't lose them because screws tend to walk or like to get lost. They do have their own feet, so be very, very careful. And with a power drill, it's great. And basically, I like to just put the 4 screws here, lift up the panel here like this, bring it forward a little bit because the backside slides underneath. And again, this is a film that they put on brand new machines. Sometimes it doesn't have it. And basically just lift up, and this will give you access to the inside. Your PID sensor is right here. This is what gets fouled up with poor water quality. And basically a film would cover it, and then it can't read the temperature correctly, which creates an overheat situation. Now you may see some water staining from this bleeder valve here. That's normal. If you have hard water, you may see some white staining here. That's where you have calcium. If you have green staining, it may be that the water is a little too pure. Black staining could be manganese. So there are different colors for different types of poor water quality. The first thing that you're going to do, again, machine must be cold, is disconnect the PID sensor right here. And basically you don't want to pull from the wires, you want to pull from the connectors, okay? And it's as simple as that. And they did a really good job. Here's your water refill wire. They did a good job to get this wire off the boiler. And you're just going to unwrap it. And you're going to get your 17mm, and you're basically going to go lefty-loosey, get in here, okay, and just get it started. And make sure not to twist this wire. Okay, the wrap it's fine, but do not twist. That's why you're disconnecting. See how it's free-flowing when I'm twisting? And basically just do it by hand. Of course, cold machine. And here is your sensor. There's a gasket right here. Looks like it got pinched a little bit upon install, but that's okay. But if you don't see a film It could be a very light coating that you're not going to see, and you're going to need a wire brush or a little descaling solution and let it soak up to here. Do not allow any solutions to get up above this point. But on other machines, I've seen customers where you don't see anything, and they take a wire brush to it, put it back, and then it works fine. So just keep that in mind. You may not see anything. Again, this is a high quality one. Once you have it cleaned, this gasket typically can be reused. If not, you can also put a little plumber's tape around here to do a sealer. And then just get this back in by hand first. Okay, again, twist the wires is a no-no. So let it spin freely. Then we'll take our wrench, and as I say in my other videos, typically a 1/8 to a 1/4 turn. And in this case, we're going to go a little bit more because there's no oomph there. Let me turn this around, get this started a little more. And I feel comfortable that I'm probably going to be able to go to a good 1/2 turn. Okay, and then just a little oomph there. And then we'll take this wire, and actually let me go this way because I think that's the way that it started, and wrap it around the boiler refill. And this wire may be a different color based on the batch of the machine. And then let's get that here. And then to connect, okay, it only goes one way. So if you look, it goes only in one way. And then just extend this out a little bit. And that is pretty much it to solve the overheat issue caused by poor water quality that's happening in the boiler. And after this, you got to buy a system, a water treatment system that's going to remove basically the calcium, magnesium, and manganese out of the water. But you can't use reverse osmosis, distilled, or purified, because this sensor here for the water refill, if there's pure water, there's anywhere between 1/2 and 1.5 volts that runs through here and runs down here and through the water to the boiler wall. And if that has no conductivity, this boiler will overfill. You'll have water, a lot of water leakage here as well as here. So you can't use those other types of water either. So make sure this is connected, and let's move to the next step of putting the cover back on. Okay, to get the cover back on, we're just going to slide this in the front here a little bit to the front, and we're going to slide back, and then it's going to come down into the down position. I just pinched myself here, so be careful. And just we're going to position it and look for the holes for the screws, and get our screwdriver or drill. And don't over tighten these because you don't want to strip the holders for the screw. And make sure that they go in straight, because if you put them in crooked on an angle, you may strip it. Okay. And make sure all 4 screws are in for safety reasons. And that's it. So that's how simple it is to clean the PID sensor on a cold machine. Please give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to our social media channels to learn more. Hopefully you can enjoy this wonderful espresso machine. And thank you for watching. As I always say here, Java Jim says, coffee first, everything else second. Take care.